Hello, welcome to the Lelantia Show. On today's video, I am talking about the Lemurian Dragons. So this should be a good one. I'm really excited to talk about this topic and help you guys connect with the Lemurian Dragons. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lelantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer. I specialize in working with the magical realms. I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different magical beings. I work with the lost lands, Lumeria, Atlantis, and Avalon. I help you to connect to your own wisdom, your own abilities, your gifts, your purposes, what you are here for. I help you to activate remembrance. And that is a lot about what my videos, like the intention of my videos, is to help you to remember, excuse me, to remember and to reconnect with those parts of you that maybe you have forgotten in our conditioned world today that we live in today. So I know that a lot of people find me because they are experiencing some unusual things or starting to dive deeper into spirituality and looking into maybe some things that you have been experiencing that maybe seem a little bit far-fetched, a little bit maybe hard to believe, and you are looking for validation on your experiences. And a lot of times that's what my videos provide, is validation for things that you are already experiencing. But I also, like, for me, from part of my purposes is to be the voice for others, for these beings that are not in our physical world, so that they can bring through their wisdom and to help you to reconnect to yours, really. So Lumerian Dragons, it wasn't so very long ago I did a video on Lumeria. I have a few videos up that are on Lumeria, so if you want to learn more about Lumeria itself, definitely go check those out as well. Sorry, I have an itch right in the center of my back. I figure as soon as I get on to record. Okay, so Lemurian dragons. So there are dragons that exist within all different realms, dimensions. They're everywhere, and they all do different things. So this is about the Lumerian dragons are going to be slightly different energy from other dragons. For one, I personally see Lumerian dragons as ethereal. So not so much as a physical being. Does that make sense? So if you watch my videos on Lumeria, you know that we were less physical as beings at that time. And that's how I see Lumerian beings in general, is often a little bit transparent, a little bit not so physically here. And yes, maybe other dragons aren't physically here. We don't see the earth dragons, the air dragons, any of them. We don't see them. Well, especially air dragons, not a great example, but earth dragons, we don't see them with our physical eyes. They're not physically here, but we still see them when we see with our third eye. When we see them as more of a physical being. So there is a difference here, and hopefully that makes sense to you. So I see the Lumerian dragons as ethereal. So you can kind of see through them. Light blue is kind of a color that I really connect with Lumeria, maybe some light greens, watery ocean colors. They have a very, I don't know that saying they have a very feminine presence is completely accurate, but they do have this ability to help us with our feminine. So while they may not all be feminine energy, like there may be feminine and masculine, they all have a very well balanced feminine energy within them, because we all have divine masculine and divine feminine within ourselves, and they do as well. So they have a very balanced sense, especially in that feminine. And in this world that we live in right now, we are healing the feminine. We're healing the masculine too, but we're learning again how to take back that feminine energy and to live in that feminine. Okay. So they help us find that balance of feminine within ourselves when we work with them, or we can ask them to help us in that. Now, you may find that these dragons are already showing up for you, or you have a Lemurian dragon that's showing up for you. That's why you looked up Lemurian dragons and you found this video, and here you are, and you're just looking to see what comes up. And maybe you have a different experience, and that's fine too. You could see them differently. And I always say too that, you know, our own filters can see things a particular way. We have to make sure that that filter is clear so that we're seeing things authentically, I guess. So they have a very watery presence, a very flowing ease and balance in their life. They can, how I see them is, well, they're rather ethereal in their presence and their energy. So of course, moving through water, moving on land seems like it would be quite simple for them. I don't necessarily see them. So oftentimes when I see dragons, I see them quite clearly as very, you know, as if they are right here. I can see their skin, their scales or their feathers or whatever. I see their legs, I see their eyes, I see the shape of their snout. Not all of the time. Sometimes it's a little bit like further away or not quite so clear. There are aspects that stand out to me, but with these dragons, these Lumerian dragons, their ethereal presence makes them less solid to me. It feels more watery. I can't say that I can see or even feel, sounds a little bit funny, but that's kind of how it is, feel their skin, because I can often feel the texture of the skin of the dragons that I'm connecting with. Does that make sense? So it's like I can pet them. I can run my hand down them and I can feel what their skin feels like. That's not the case with the Lumerian dragons. It's like if I were to put my hand there, I can feel an energy, but it almost just sinks into it. Okay, so that's my experience at this moment in time. Yeah, I'm always learning. I'm always learning new things. That may change. But at this moment, that is how I experience them. So when we call in the Lumerian dragons to work with us, we want to call them in when we want to find more balance within our feminine energy, to find more flow and ease, to be able to recognize that we don't have to fight our way forward. When we're in survival mode, when we're really in survival, then they are great to call in to help us to remember that we are safe and that we can be in the flow. And maybe they're like that second step in that process. Maybe it's working with some earth dragons to really ground and feel more stable and safe. And then we can call in the Lumerian dragons to help us with that flow of life, that ease, that things don't have to be a struggle. Things don't have to be a fight forward. They don't have to be hard all of the time. We really get in our heads and we really create struggle within our own lives much of the time. You know, everybody's experiences are different. I don't want to invalidate anyone's experience, okay? But we often do get in our own heads. We really do create stories that are not truths because of our own past experiences. So we keep creating these things for ourselves that are not necessarily in alignment with our highest truths. And so they can help us to connect to our highest truths, to our highest paths, and to what is really truly right for us. They have such a gentle, soft, flowing energy. They can support us as we connect to that within ourselves. Now, when I see them coming forward to connect with us, I see a very light blue energy. I guess it kind of shifts in its color a little bit. It can be, it shifts the blues. The blues change as that energy comes in and begins to wrap around. It's a very watery energy that they bring in. I don't want to label Lumerian dragons as water dragons. They aren't water dragons. They're different, but they do have a very watery presence. And I think that goes along with that energy of flow and ease, and they can help us to remember gratitude. That's another thing that they're reminding us of. So when we have blockages, when we're blocking ourselves from receiving, from like we're really getting in our own way and we're creating a lot of stories in our own head and we're just creating struggle for ourselves, then we can invite them in and they help us to clear those blockages so that we can find ease and gratitude in our life again. Oftentimes we struggle to find gratitude when we're in a place of lack. When we're in the process of shifting things, we often struggle to have gratitude in our life. So they can help us to find that gratitude again, and that helps dissolve those. What I'm using the word block, those blocks within us. That's kind of a strong term, but I'm just going to use that because everybody kind of understands what I mean by that. And so they can dissolve that energy with this energy that they bring in. So they have this flowing energy. That means that they can wrap themselves around you. They can help to kind of release pressure. I guess that's how I would put it. That's how it feels to me. Releasing this pressure and kind of lifting us up. And you may actually feel like if you do a meditation or a journey with them, you may actually feel yourself being lifted up. They'll take you higher. They'll take you to a higher frequency. So you may find that maybe they bring you to the top of a hill if you're in a meditation, or if you're journeying, they may just take you to another place that will help you like raising your vibration as you do this clearing. They may do some clearing on you first, depending on the situation and how much heavy energy you're carrying and how much you need to be lifted up, because you may struggle to experience it if you're really in a low place. So they help you to find alignment within your life, your highest path, your highest truths, your wisdom. They help you to find your way back to that place and that flow that you can have, that ease of life, that place of not needing or understanding that you don't have to struggle. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be a fight. Things can unfold and it doesn't always have to be hard. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else in my notes. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything with them. There may be more things, like I might channel one specifically with specific message or something in the future, but this was just like connecting with their energy and helping you to understand kind of the energy that they hold. So one thing that I say is that we're not returning to Avalon. We're not returning to Lumeria. We're not bringing Lumeria back. Lumeria didn't work. We did not learn the things we needed to learn, but there was a lot of experiences in Lumeria. I shouldn't say that Lumeria didn't work. Maybe we had the experiences we needed to have in Lumeria in order to be able to do the things we're here to do now. In fact, that feels really true. So I'm going to say that and remember that time is an illusion. So it can't really even be a failed experiment. You know, it's just a time where we were able to live in alignment with our truths. We were able to live purposefully and in harmony with the earth. Harmony, really great word to use with the Lemurian dragons, finding that harmony within ourselves again, that balance. And so when we connect with the Lemurian dragons and that Lumerian energy, it can help us to remember Lumeria, where we did find that place of harmony. Now, yes, it's not going to be the same way here because we are living in this world as it is now, but it can help us personally as we navigate this world. And yes, we need to keep returning to it to remind ourselves of that it doesn't have to be hard. It can be easier. You know, like the struggle, so much of it is in our heads. We're just creating more struggle. And yeah, all of those things. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully this resonates with you. If you had experience with Lumerian dragons and want to share, please post below. I'm always learning more. I haven't worked with the Lumerian dragons a lot. I feel like there's a lot more that I could learn from them and with them. So I'm sure in the future there will be more messages and just more information in general. But this is what I get when I connect with them in this moment and before. This is the energy that came forward. So this is a place to start, and you can just invite them in anytime, you know, you go into meditation. If you feel called to work with them, it's for a reason. Some are like, well, how do I know that the Lemurian dragons are for me? Well, do you feel any interest when you watch this video? Do you feel interested in it? Do you feel like you want to know more? Then that's for a reason. If you're like, whatever, I don't care, then maybe you're not supposed to connect with the Lemurian dragons. And if you just like stumbled on this video, then obviously it was for a reason. If you watch all of my videos and you watch this video and you're like, well, I don't know if they're for me, then you have to tune into yourself, see if they're for you, see if you feel called to them. There's so many different kinds of dragons to work with. There's always another dragon or dragons that are available for you. So it doesn't have to be the Lumerian dragons. But in the world that we live in today, I think that it's very beneficial for us to connect with these Lumerian dragons. And the Atlantean dragons as well. I did a video on the Atlantean dragons, I believe. So deepening those connections with these energies can help us as we awaken those remembrances within us and to find that ease and flow and grace within this world, that harmony that we so desire and seek. So thank you so much for watching this video today. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, share, all those things that I almost never remember to actually remind you to do. Please do them. And I have a group, Source Versus Circle. It is on Facebook. I go live 3 times a week with my friend Natalie, and we would love to have you join us in there if you feel so called. And if you feel like you want to talk to me, you need to message me, you have a question for me, you can comment below, but you can, if you want to talk to me without it being public, message me on Instagram. If it takes me a few days to reply, it's just because I'm not checking that other folder, but I will, I promise. I do go in there once in a while and check the messages. So thank you. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful month, wonderful year. And I'm sending you so much love. Bye.